I procrastinated for 2 years before posting my first video about personal knowledge management. And that was actually 1 year ago itself. And so today I thought I'd run through what's changed in the videos that I've shared over the last year, what's gotten better, what I'd like to do more of in the future. And I'm going to end with a little question to you, the viewer. But until then, I'm going to hold off and take you over here on the computer to my YouTube channel. You can see recently from this apartment in Vietnam, I've kind of upped the content cadence, but this here, the two earlier videos, came from one of my first live workshops that I ever held, and they were about my content creation workflow in Obsidian, I believe. And you can see here I'm actually in my university second year house, which was the house that I launched Parazettal for the first time from. This was a little bit before I officially posted my first YouTube video about personal knowledge management, but I posted many articles on Medium during this time and leading up to this time and leading up to the launch of Parazettal for the first time. And I realized, hang on, personal knowledge management is it's very much a visual pursuit. It's done on a screen. And so I thought to myself, well, I should start showing my screen, showing my face, and teaching people about the things that I'd learned kind of in a more present and visual and 3D way. And this started with, of course, covering minimal note taking. So it says 11 months ago here. It is coming up to 12 months, very close. And so I thought I'd just kind of make this video now, because it'll probably go out around the same time, 12 months after this first video. And so these videos, as you can see, were very well received to start with. Minimal note taking, again, very important, and kind of full walkthrough of the system. I've since done a course which is in the community, which has become actually the whole structure of my business. So we'll go over that now pretty quickly. I've got a school community that you can enter, and when you do enter, you get the Parazettal for Obsidian Vault, the flagship vault that I did develop before starting to create these videos, completely for free. I used to charge for this vault, but now I want the more general community element and information and courses that I provide in there to be the main product. So you can go in there, get the vault for free so you can get used to the system. You can watch a 30-minute demo video of me using the system in my own vault, in my own customized way of doing it. Top link. Anyway, we'll get on with things, because this was all before I actually launched that community. And so I simply wanted to take some of the best ideas, or the most resonant ideas from my articles, and post them into YouTube. And you can see we started with this very rudimentary design that I've kind of kept going throughout all of the more recent videos as well. But we covered minimal note taking, folder notes, and Obsidian data view and folder indexes, which again, I still think is one of the most useful kind of plugin combos and features inside of Obsidian. And then we moved on to web browsing, because that kind of popped up out of nowhere in Obsidian. I still use that a little bit today as well, so maybe I can revisit it. Some thoughts about using Obsidian as my personal knowledge management home. This was kind of based off that first article that I created that was to do with how I switched from Notion to capacities to Tana to Anytype and blah, and ended up with Obsidian. And then 7 months ago, I opened the community for the first time. And so at this time, I was actually still sharing the Parazettal Vault as a paid product, and it was more of an experiment. But now I've realized the power of having everything together in one place, and I've gone all in on building the best community and set of resources for the Parazettal system and minimal note taking and everything related to my brand and the Parazettal brand. And so this has rather grown, and indeed more recently I made a video talking about everything that you get inside of the community. So go and watch this one from 3 days ago at the time of recording, called Get the Flagship Obsidian Vault and Demo Video for Free. So go check that one out. However, we then experienced Basis for the first time, so 5 months ago, around about May time. And I made a video about that was a little bit quicker and more off the cuff, a little bit like this video is, because it was just something that came to my mind quickly, and I thought I'd make a video to commemorate. And we did Whisperflow and the real Obsidian basis launch. And then in the community, I started to post what I called these daily notes or daily videos, just as pieces of content for the community to have access to. And I shared them here on YouTube too without much reach. But I moved back home to my parents' house, so you can see that's where these videos and onwards come from. At this point I was still at university, but since then I graduated and moved back to my parents' place, and that's what you can see in these videos. And then I started traveling a bit. I went to Italy, so I recorded this daily inside of Stansted Airport, and then came back home and launched the basis update to the Parazettal Vault, which is this one here. And then I moved out to Asia, and whilst I was in Thailand I did pitifully at recording and releasing new videos, but then I came here to Da Nang, Vietnam, and I've started to create more again now that I've got this new little microphone on me. And in this apartment, you probably see a little bit more of this apartment because I had to dial in to get this Parazettal cohort launched as well, which is my newest kind of push forward into teaching PKM alongside of the community. But anyway, beside the point as that is, I thought I'd talk a little bit about, or ask you a question about, what you'd want to see from this channel in the future, because it's all well and good me making all of these videos, but I do need a little bit of feedback about what you'd most like to learn about in terms of personal knowledge management, in terms of the Parazettal system, in terms of using Obsidian. And seeing as I'm starting to, as you can see here, and I've got much more kind of backed up, ready to launch on a day-by-day basis, as you can see, I've started to take this whole YouTube video thing a little bit more seriously, because I opened up the community and I asked, one of the questions I ask as you go in is, where did you find my content? And a lot of people are saying, those who've joined anyway, are saying YouTube, YouTube, YouTube. Some are Medium, but that was kind of a long time ago when I was publishing those articles. But a lot of people recently have been discovering me through YouTube, and so I thought I would push more content here and keep the visual element. And so I want to hear your ideas about what you want me to publish, and that is my question to you. It's completely open. If you want me to kind of get lost and make Notion tutorials or a Notion template, then let me know. I'm open to it. I mean, I'm not open to it at the moment, but if people say they want it, then I might become open to it. But that was just an example anyway. But Obsidian related, personal knowledge management related, Second Brain related, Zettelkasten and Parazettal, all of that together into one. Because I also make stuff like this for my community privately as well, where we're launching a pilot cohort and a realistic kind of 2-month, 8-week long cohort sprint as well from December to the end of January. And if you want to be in the know about that, there's also a link to it in the description, and more videos coming your way very, very soon. Let me know what you want to see, and that is it from me for now. So I'll see you in the next one.